Hey man, say man, today is a new day, man. I don't know why I said it like that, but we're gonna get straight to it. Today, we're gonna be talking about one of the most important things I feel like that I've been focusing on lately to be able to refine my plan. It's a very diligent process that I'm entering into, and um, I'm talking about back testing and journaling, something that these traders that make millions of dollars in a year or hundred thousands of dollars, whatever the range is. I try not to look to my left and right. I focus on myself, but there's obviously people out here making a lot of bread. Um, but something that's consistent throughout every individual that does trade is that they journal and they back test. Some of them, they might go in there. Some of you new traders, you might go in there and have a string of winning trades, but because you don't have that foundation, when those losses come, and trust me, they're gonna come. It doesn't matter what business that you go into, you're gonna have some type of losses, right? It don't matter who you are or what business you go into, especially with trading, right? So if you have a string of winning trades, when those losses come because you don't have that foundation of backtesting and being very disciplined with your plan and how you enter and exit into the market, those losses are gonna become bigger than what they need to be. Okay, so that's why trading and journaling, backtesting and journaling is so important. I try to value my execution over the outcome because I understand that my how I execute, my plan, being disciplined with my plan is more important than some losses that I might take. So like if I am a basketball player, I do everything perfect, my form is perfect, and I still miss. Does that mean I'm going to change my form because I missed one shot? No. Don't let one shot, don't let one loss, don't let one game, any of that, don't let none of that stuff, one time, one occasion, define who you are as a trader or as a person, right? So you fall down, you get up 7 times, right? That's my process of refining my plan. I'm going to get up because I believe in my plan. My belief isn't in my ability just to, win every trade. No, I get that belief because I back tested for hours. I back tested every day for hours. I've watched videos. I've taken notes for a while. I've been doing this for 2 years, and that's a lot less than other people been doing it. But I just have a faith in my ability because it's been proven. I put in the work. So once you put in the work, then yes, stick to your plan. Create some type of thing in your head. You might look at my plan and say, oh, well, this doesn't really work for me because we'll do this and that. That's fine. That's fine. Trading is so cool because you could structure it to who you are. Like, people trade way differently than I do and make a lot of bread. So it's just about figuring out who you are. That's why journaling is important, right? And I don't journal. Some of y'all are like, journaling, that might, well, this is my thought process. Like, I'm like, I don't want to journal. Like, that takes hella long. Like, sometimes I'm writing and my fingers start hurting. Like, for me, I'm going to put the pen down. But what I do now is I journal through ChatGPT. Check me out. Some of y'all don't know about this. Some of y'all do. Most of y'all who are in college know what ChatGPT is. Obviously, right? It's an AI system, but it's basically a help. Like, it's an assistant. You got a free assistant to do whatever you want. And why not help you? Why not let it help you journal? Why not let it help you keep track of certain patterns that you recognize when you were trading? And it might think like, okay, like this is a question that I asked in ChatGPT because I backtest a lot. And then I'll give them the results of my whole backtesting session, right? So every trade that I won, every trade that I lost, my thought process throughout all those trades and what I see in the market throughout all those trades, right? So throughout all those, I realized, within a month, I probably take about 7 to 10 trades. And they told me the majority of the trades that I lose, because I asked, like, what are the trades that I win the most and what are the trades that I lose, right? It's just an obvious question. It told me the majority of the trades that I lose that I'm going up against the trend. I try to scalp a little bit too much, so that's me kind of like having a coach. Like, your coach is able to keep you accountable. Like, hey, you're kind of a little better at this, so let's try to focus on your strengths, right? Or, hey, you're kind of not as good as this, so you need to refine this a little bit more to give it a little bit more detailed, right? So this is why I came up. It actually told me, oh, use the ATR system to help you find out how you need to set your volume. Okay, so I was back testing it. Okay, boom. So the ATR system, okay, it just tells me pips, this and that. But it also, when I was back testing it, I realized like, oh, okay, so I'm not just taking the straight ATR system and doing it like this. It would actually be better if I made it a little bit bigger than what the ATR system is and accommodated with structure as well. So it gave me that idea, and I refined it even more to the point where my stop losses is very precise. Where if I get stopped out, that just wasn't the move. But now I'm able to incorporate like, okay, I can I can accommodate for structure and I can accommodate for the ATR. ATR is just the volume in the market at the time. That's basically what it is. That average true range, right? So that will tell you. Sometimes you look at the ATR. The ATR is going to be 7. It's gonna say 7. It's like this big ass decimal on there, but you know, basic math. I'm not too smart, but I know how to, put my finger like this and go like 1, 2, 3. Okay, 7 pips. And I usually do that number times 2. Whatever that number is, I do it times 2, unless structure isn't there, right? But I do it times 2. Times that number by 2, and most of the time, my stop loss is gonna accommodate for all that, all the ATR. So yeah, that was a perfect way for me to figure out, okay, you look at it, you see how much volume is in the market basically, because I used to get stopped out a lot of times and wonder, why was I getting stopped out? Why would a price stop me out and then go in my direction? It's because my stop loss wasn't big enough and I wasn't accommodating my stop loss for structure or the ATR, right? I had a fixed stop loss, like I would just do 10 pips or I would just do whatever. It's because the people that I was watching did the same thing. They only did 10 pips, or they only did this, they only did that, and that's cool. Like, that's fine for them. Trust me, them people who did that was making bread, a lot more bread than, you feel me, I'm making. But I figured out, like, okay, if this is going to work for me, I need to be able to do this detailed. Like, that's how I am. I want to, okay, boom. Like, just like playing football, like, I want to very, very, very analyzing things. So I try to analyze and accommodate for different things. I want my plan to be structured and be able to be bendable to the market, right? To where I can still squeeze out what I need to. That's another reason why I set 2 trades. I was refining my plan, and I just have this idea because I've been thinking about, I'm scalping, but I'm not getting as much bread or as much R to R as I need to because I'm catching these little moves, but they're not helping me with those losses that I get, right? So the losses is always going to be 1% if I'm always risking 1%, right? So if I'm scalping and I get 1-to-1, and I scalp 5 trades for those 1-to-1s, and then I lose half of those, that means I'm basically at break even. So I need to fix something, right? I do go for a lot of 1-to-1s, but just for the sake of the example, I also go for 1-to-2s, whatever the market is telling me to do. It's not like I do something just based off of. It's not like I do something just because I feel like it. No, it's very detailed, and I know why I'm going for these longer moves. But let's say I go for the 1-to-1, right? So I realized sometimes I would go for the 1-to-1, and price would continue to go in my direction. So I realized, why don't I take advantage of that? I need to be able to take advantage of those longer moves, because when I scalp, I'm not taking advantage of those bigger moves that price could be giving me, even if I know price is going to be going in that direction. If I know it's going in that direction, why am I not taking advantage of that, right? So what I did was I split up my trades. So if I'm risking 1% in total, in each trade, I'm risking 0.5%. Right, together 1%. Basic math. See, I'm not that smart, but I can do that. You don't need to be in super brain. No, you just need to be able to know yourself, know what you're good at. So boom, I took those apart, and okay, so one trade will be for the scalp, which is more quicker. Thus for, okay, well, I know price is going to go for this area. And the second trade is, okay, well, if price continues to go in this area, I'm going to take advantage of that as well. So once the first trade stops, it hits take profit, I take 50%, or depending on the probability of the setup, like, you'll realize that traders will have A+ setups and B+ setups and C+, whatever. Depending on the probability, if it's like an A+, I'll take out 25%. That way that runner gets more money, or it gets more profit. And I'm still, like, say for a lower probability setup, I'm gonna take out 50%. That way I close with a 1 to 1.5, and I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even either way. So that way, if price comes back, it's gonna hit my stop loss, and I get stopped out. I break even. So basically, I'm at a 1.15. I didn't lose anything. I was just trying to take advantage of the market. And sometimes price does drop. Those days that it does drop, I'm holding the trade for multiple days, weeks, or even like a month one time through back testing. And you'll see that those are the days like, dang, I just took advantage of everything that it gave me. I made a lot of bread. That's what trading will do for you. But we're gonna get into the market. We're gonna bust it down. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. I know my words is just, it's hard to picture in your head, this, that, and the third. So we're gonna get straight to it, man.